Mic check. All right. Oh, snap. What's going on, y'all? Howdy, howdy. Happy Monday. It's a new week. It's no noise. I'm Z Rex. It's the 27th of March, 2023 at about 9:30 in the AM. Hope you all had an awesome weekend. We're back at it. Chart time. It's a new week. It's a new day. Some new prices. Yes, of course, crypto never sleeps, but the weekend it kind of does sleep actually now since futures have been out. I guess since 18 or so. The weekend price action for crypto is pretty trash. You can almost just forget about it, like the normie markets, which aren't even open on the weekends until Sunday night, but or evening technically, whatever. But anyway, let's just jump right into some price action. Let's check out how this weekly closed. Oh, look, it was a doji, not surprising there. Now, this is going to be an interesting week. Do we stay above 25,000? Do we get some push down by the Bears for a potential follow through for the Bears down? Sorry. Do we get some potential rejection, not follow through? Do we get some potential rejection from this doji back down to 24, 25? Or is this just a little pause before continuation happens? Let's zoom in a little bit. Kind of sideways here, not really doing anything. Very lackluster, which is a little bit surprising. This lower time frame on the 458 doesn't really look that great. It does kind of look like distribution up here so far. Man. Yeah, wow. Very confused on the lower time frames. I mean, incredibly neutral. Let's go to futures and see what's up. Yeah, kind of same thing here. Pretty neutral. In fact, the Bears are attempting to gain momentum here on the futures chart. Yeah, they already got it via DMI and RSI on Ethereum futures. That is interesting. Let's go back over here. No, they don't have it on spot price quite yet. Let's go to weekly. Weekly super doji. Man, all right. So what we don't want to see is this as a false breakout. If this does turn into a false breakout, which I would consider price action getting comfy below like 1700, then I'd probably look for this to come down to 1500 handle and then have to reassess from there. Bulls, if they have any strength right here, if they got the strength, they should be able to hold the tops of this area around 1700. Bitcoin's about 25K for that same level, but just kind of lackluster price action going sideways. Same, kind of the same for everything. There's not much new stuff to talk about from Friday's stream. We were pretty much expecting that doji to close out the way it did. And now we're just kind of waiting for this week to see if there's some new data. Well, there will be new data, but what the data will be telling us, we got the Fed out of the way, so that's nice. Don't have to worry about that. They're keeping rates elevated, whatever. None of that's a surprise. They usually don't, go off the beaten path very often. They pretty much say what they're going to do and follow through. So, yeah, we're getting little rejections here. Trend lines breaking. We do have Ripple Me Nipples is taken back off, though. It is attempting to break out of this previous test of 48 pennies or so, which we've discussed. This looked real good above 42 cents. Still the same thing. This thing will look real good if we get an open and close above 48 pennies on the daily. We also have, well, let's bump that up to like 50 because you got the 200 right there. You got all this structure with one candle with immediate rejection. Let's bump that up to about 50 pennies. 50 Cent, everyone's favorite old school rapper. Or everyone's favorite VIX trader, if you watch some of the financial newsletters, Mr. 50 Cent. Man, XLM kind of chilling here. Maybe it'll catch up to 50 cent, but or sorry, maybe it will catch up to Ripple. Probably Ripple needs to break 50 cents for that to happen, and also Bitcoin really needs to stay up at these levels here. We're kind of just lollygagging. Nothing really new to add this to the price action from Friday. Kind of going through here. And I mean, this is going to be a real short video, most likely, y'all, because there's just not really anything new here. We're just in the ranges. Everything is pretty much exactly the same as Friday, even over the weekend. I mean, could it be more neutral on this? And this, like, literally in the very center of our purple box range box here. I mean, literally everything is just kind of floating where it was. BCH is down a tad, but I mean, whatever. That doesn't really matter. We're kind of just chilling in the range, which you can clearly see with a couple of outliers here and here. But for the most part, just range bound, just kind of chilling. BSV is just chilling. I mean, there really isn't anything to add. Could pretty much repost Friday's video and it would suffice for today. XMR does. Oh, okay. All right. So here's something that's actually different. XMR on Friday ended up closing a very nice candle above that 158 area we've been watching. And it has camped above it for now. So that's actually pretty good. Lots of volume picking up here. Yeah, so not too bad. I do like this. We're on the other side of the resistance now. So previous resistance becomes support. That is about 158. See how that weekly closed? Yeah, real tight. Look at this. The weekly is between 154 and 164. So $10 tight ass range. The moves coming out of this consolidation and compression on all these altcoins is going to be very large. Hard to say the direction though right now because we're just already rallied up to resistance, and we're just not getting any follow through by the bulls like at all. Just kind of we've been up here sideways since mid-March now, so it'll be over 2 weeks if we don't do anything after this week. Let's see, where did I leave off here? Zcash. Yeah, Zcash is still below all this structure, so not great below 38. Dash is kind of just chilling here. Bounced off this trend line cross structure. 200. What is this fib here? 618. Yeah, 618. So, I mean, it's okay, I guess. Let's look at the weekly. Yeah, between the shorter term moving averages. I mean, just nothing really new on price action. Like I said, we could literally just play Friday's video and it would be pretty much the same thing. I mean, super sideways compression on Dogecoin. Let's just pull up Bollinger Bands real quick. Yeah, they pretty much have been looking like that. A better way that I actually like to look with Bollinger Bands is you go BBB width. And so you can do, oh my God, there's so many of them. I don't know. The Caretaker makes good stuff, so we'll use his. Yeah, look at this. We are super, super low on this, all the way down at about 14%. So we are super compressed. Let's jump over to Bitcoin and see what that is. Oh, we are not compressed on that. So, wow, look at this back over here. It was like 5%. Yeah, wow. Crazy low, crazy low. But we're actually way up here at the tops now. So, but yeah, the Caretaker, if you ever see his stuff on there, you can kind of default to his indicators. They're pretty solid, that's for sure. All right, I just wanted to kind of look at that real fast. Let's delete that off of here now. I already got enough things to look at indicator wise. Dogecoin still looks okay. I mean, everything is the same as Friday. We're right in the middle of the structure on most stuff, right underneath it. It's either right in the middle, right underneath it, and a couple or a handful of them are right above it. So really nothing at all is different from Friday's video. This still looks okay above about 7 pennies. We start getting below 7, 666 is that next line. And then from there, we just kind of have to wait and see. STX, is this just coming down to make another higher low off of this trend line? It very well could be. I mean, this thing went all the way up to about 27 pennies. Let's look at it on the weekly. Yeah, just right underneath the structure here. You can clearly see there rejection, lots of resistance in the 130 handle. So, I mean, this thing looks good as long as it's riding this trend line and making higher lows. So I can't hate on this. One of the better performing charts for sure with the little ordinal action. True coin just going super sideways. I mean, this is mega compressed. Getting a little bit heavy, but can't really hate it until it gets below about 7.5 pennies. Then we could look for like lower sixes. But the hexagons, they're still riding up D21. I mean, still looks pretty good above 7.5 pennies. I can't really hate on this too much. Let's go to the weekly. Man, this thing just got mad range, bruh. It's got a mad range. Each one of these candles is like 20, 30% daily moves. It's pretty wild. Is it getting a little bit heavy now? Looking a little distribution-esque? Kind of. Kind of. We are starting to lose a little bit of the momentum. Just a tad. But I mean, above 7.5 pennies, I got to give it to the bulls still on that one. And as long as Bitcoin's staying above, 24,000 handle, it's fine. It's fine. VeChain, man, look at this. Just sideways is F, man. Right between the two, or the long-term and short-term moving averages. I mean, this is not even a couple tenths of a penny that we're sitting between here. So that's pretty wild, man. Huh. Interesting. Well, yeah, just kind of real boring ass price action. Atom just filling out this triangle more. It's still fine as long as it's building it up. We are getting close. I'm pretty much at that 70-ish% range. That's usually when these break. Although crypto's kind of traditionally that's when they break, but crypto's silly and sometimes we'll fill out the whole damn triangle before it goes out. Osmos just chilling, also on the lows. I mean, literally, this is almost the exact same video as Friday. So I'm just going to be flying through this because there's just not really much to add to this. I mean, you can pretty much clearly see all the resistance support levels. Here we are right here at about $2 on the low end. Really needs to regain that 230-ish level. But between all the moving averages, I mean, it's like mad confusion right now. An indecision, if you will. All right, let's go to normie markets. Maybe we can get a little clue here. Oh, struggling. The struggle is real. Is this just a rally to the underbelly of previous support on that trend line before rolling over? Maybe. Lots of resistance. Again, that 40-80 area. As long as we're below that, I can't really give the bulls too much credit. Man, this is a tough read too, man. The market just seems to be a little bit confused about the Fed and the bank issues and all this other crap. I know SVB is getting bought by some other shit bank. I mean, who really cares at this point? We'll go look at banking stocks in a second, but I mean, this is pretty, man, just more indecisive price action. Even the oscillators are confused at this point. 40-80 below there, I have to give the bears a little bit of an edge on that because we are making lower highs and lower lows on the daily now, and that has been consistent for almost 2 months. And then below that 40-80, you got to give the bears a little bit of credit for that. But they can't get below 3,900 comfortably. So I'd say it's just slightly bearish, just barely though, just barely. NQ is the only one that actually looks kind of bullish as we hover above 17, my God. 12.7 as we hover above 12.7, but just not really. I mean, the weekly open and close, this is like the best looking chart kind of right now for bulls is tech. But we're kind of just lollygagging up here. Kind of weak follow through too. Bulls can't even come up here to test 100, 200 points to these wicks on these candles. That's kind of shitty. Yeah, oscillators are real confused. Even on the 3 hour, we do have this purple magenta candle, which are very, very critical. Whenever those print on this algo, if price is inside of them, it's neutral as F. If it starts getting below that, it starts to get very bearish and conversely, obviously bullish to the top. Let's go to, man, just not really great info here. The market is being a little punk. I'm going to have to just hang my hat to the bears just slightly here from some of this price action I'm seeing. Because if bulls are really that strong, you'd think they'd be able to push today, especially with, ooh, SVB is okay now, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Even on the backs of all that, just kind of like whatever. Just kind of rallying up. Super neutral across the board between short, long-term moving averages. I mean, this is tough. This is tough. Sometimes in trading, actually a lot of times in trading, you just got to sit on your hands and wait, And I think this might be one of those times just to kind of wait. Unless you're a little aggressive, maybe taking shorts around some of this rally position would make sense. But, I mean, bears can't push it down. Bulls can't push it up. So we do get the monthly close on Friday. So we'll see if we get anything good there. If we could get the monthly above 28,000, that would be pretty nice, taking out the 21. Regardless, if it does stay above 24K though on the monthly, this will be a very nice monthly and we'll be back above the 55 EMA. So that would be nice. Let's go to like a 2-week. Man, the 2-week is actually fairly bullish. I do like this structure a lot. It's just really given support at that 24,000 handle. So as long as we're above that on Bitcoin, I can't really dog on the bulls too much. The Dow just kind of lollygagging. This looks a little bearish to me. Just kind of making lower lows, lower highs. Bears seem to be building momentum here on this chart. Looks pretty bad below 14K. But I guess to be objective, right here to the left, you're still above this little low. So they're not making it easy. Man, dude, the move out of this, I don't know. I can just feel it. The move out of this is going to be very large. China just sideways. VIX just quiet as F today, hovering around, that 122 range on VIX and VVIX. That's very critical as we just kind of chill there. Kind of interesting. Oil rallying here a little bit. I imagine this is probably going to rally pretty hard off of here. I know the administration has been just taking all kinds of oil out of our reserves, trying to keep prices down, probably for election purposes, if we had to guess, because that's kind of how they do it, right? But whatever, politics are lame. Who cares about that? But it does have a little bit of weight, especially when the reserves for oil are, I think, the lowest they've been since like 1980 or something. It's actually kind of wild. I read something about that over the weekend and was just kind of like, wait, what? How is that happening? Like, let's see if I can share a picture of that. Maybe we can share a little pic. We can share a little pic. Yeah, here it is. Oh, except it wants to open it on there. Oh, that's perfect. Yeah, look at this, man. Just dump fest 3,000. The SPR, Strategic Petroleum Reserve, all the way back to literally the early 80s. I mean, look at this. They are just drawing the shit out of it. So I'm not sure what the plan is there, but definitely noteworthy, if you will. Nat gas is dying. It is literally below that 220 area now. I mean, this is literally there. This is pretty gross for nat gas. Let's measure this. If we're at the, we're at the 220 is pretty much the shit zone. Below that is pretty bearish. This is literally the super last line in the sand at around like 210 between the 886 and the 786. So maybe they can be defended here, but it's not looking very good for nat gas. Looks like it's just a pump to dump it and have follow through to the downside is just brutal, dude. Just brutal price action. I mean, that is gross. That's some of the nastiest nat gas chats. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't see it. I had to refresh my screen. It said I had 0 people watching this whole time. I'm sorry. Let's see what's going on. Sup, Hose? What's up, Anthony? What's going on? What is that? Salhi Khan Hansa Hill? That's a mouthful there. Samuel, what's up, dude? XAU, what's up, dude? I'll give a second for everybody to join back in. Yeah, sorry, I couldn't see the chat. I thought that was kind of weird because we usually have a few people in here most days. But, Trading View, what are you going to do? All right. I thought about that earlier. I was like, man, I need to refresh. Samuel wants to look at Bitcoin 11 minutes ago. And Anthony says, market is saying about the Fed they wouldn't, would they? They wouldn't, would they? Oh, like keep raising rates? Is that what you're implying there? I don't know, man. It's hard to say on this, on these price action, on these charts. I'm a little, I'm still just going to hold like my long crypto stuff for now, just, because it's above 24K and my entry is good. But yeah, as far as like normie market stuff, I've just been sitting on my hands. This is just Chop Fest 3000. The market seems very confused at this point. So would they? I don't know. Maybe they will. XAU is gold. All right, Ian. Well, we kind of are just doing gold, I think, right now. Before I realized that my stream wasn't showing me any of the damn messages. And now we're getting it to where I can't load my chart here. Well, that's lovely. That's lovely. Did I break my computer? Trading View, what are you doing? Snap. Snap out of it. Wakey, wakey. Wake it up. Yeah, Samuel, on Bitcoin, while I'm waiting for this, Bitcoin still looks fine above the 24,000 handle. I don't have any problems with it. So, there we go. Look, it's like internet in the early 2000s. You just have to wait a while to load. I mean, can you imagine? Like, none of this stuff would work on the internet of back then. Just the data processing and all that. All right, let's go to gold. Yeah, but our Bitcoin, Mr. Samuel, we got above the 24,000 handle. It's okay. It is starting to look a little bit heavy, though. Like, I don't know if you saw it in the earlier part of the stream. It is kind of looking a little distribution-esque now. And, if we get, actually, right here, if we start getting comfy below like 26.5, I'd probably look for a retest into the 24,000 handle. Then we'll have to reassess there. And then, obviously, that 29,000 on the upper end is mega resistance. So, let's see. In XAU, we were kind of doing that one as I figured that my stream was being funky. Funky damn stream. Freaking, come on, Trading View, get your shit together. No, I mean, mostly they do. I like Trading View a lot, so just joshing. All right, gold. Again, gold looks pretty damn good. Higher highs, higher lows. 2,000 is mega, mega super resistant. What's up, Hellbound? How you been, man? Hope you had a good weekend. You just sold some BTC? Yeah, I sold my futures positions on Friday. So I'm going to still hold on to spot stuff, but I was like, I'm going to peel a little bit off here because it's just looking a little bit heavy. But for spot, longer term hodls, if you will, I'm going to keep those on until we really start messing up structure. And at this point, that could be, getting comfy, even getting too comfy below 26. And if the candles start building a certain way, I might peel a lot of that off too. Let's see. Back to the gold idea or chart. Yeah, below 2K, man, mega resistance at 2K. How could it not be? That's pretty much the all-time highs at this point, is right around 2,000. This does look fairly decent still. I love that the weekly has all the EMAs upsloping, the MAMAs upsloping, the 200, the 55.21. Everything looks pretty damn good. There is slight bearish divergence on the weekly. It is pretty weak, but it is there. Is it on the daily? Nah, it's not really there on the daily, so nah, whatever. Still looks fine above about 1900 on gold. As long as gold can kind of defend 1900, it looks okay. Let's jump over to. All right, so we did gold, we did that one. Let's jump over to some of the banks here. I want to see kind of what they're doing. XLF trying to rally here on these little local lows here. Oh God, you pull up damn regionals and it does not look sexy still. Look at this. Gaps be getting filled, y'all. All the way back to November 2020, there's a gap at 34 to about 36, which is literally where price came to. Look at this. 34, and we're filling it right here at 36 and change. Pretty hilarious. Are we just going to fill this gap and start rallying? Everything's fine? Possibly. I still think this is pretty bearish looking, sub $38 though. I think that looks still pretty nasty. But yes, if you're wondering if gaps get filled, here's also one on KRE. Yes, almost always they do get filled, but the timing on them is pretty much impossible. Timing in general is very difficult in the markets, to be fair. Oh man, yeah, XLF just kind of chilling. Let's go look at Deutsche Bank real quick, because they had some pretty gnarly moves in their CDSs last week. Oh, everything's fine. It's up 5%. Everything's fine. It's, dog drinking coffee. Y'all know the meme. Man, I don't know. If rates stay up, these banks are just still so exposed. And I don't see this resolving just in like a few weeks. And then everything is just amazing and epic and we can just rally to new highs. I think the market just needs a lot more time to digest this crap. I mean, because there's a lot of interconnected financial fuckery pretty much that all these guys are kind of exposed to via bonds. Corporate bonds are getting smacked on. I mean, there's some bonds that are trading at like 50 to 70 cents. Like that's crazy. Like that doesn't happen very often. I mean, unless we're in like crisis mode, but it's like we're not in crisis. We're not in a recession technically, I guess. I don't know. They change the definitions all the time, so it's hard to say. But what's going on, Mahdi Fazeli? How are you doing today? So, yeah, I don't know, man. I just don't. It doesn't feel like the momentum is real strong either way. It's just kind of like it feels like people are confused. It's almost like what the price feels like even. So anything look at all this. It's just zero flat. Pretty much everything is flat as F, dude. Yeah, there's a little bit of rallying in the banks, whatever. And but everything is just kind of chilling, man. Let's go to the top traded stuff. Apple. Look at Apple still struggling right here below this trend line cross. We spoke about this last week. This is a reversal bump and run type thing. A bump and run pattern is a chart pattern. Go to check it out on the pattern site. It's probably the best pattern site, but it's a very great pattern. High probability. I think it's one of the highest probability patterns. And this is a top version of it. So you have to look at a long-term trend line. It bumps, breaks it, and then it kind of bumps below it and then runs the other way. So, this is actually a really good spot. Obviously, this isn't trading advice. I'm an idiot on YouTube and TradingView or whatever. But this is a really good spot for short entries because the risk is like very well defined at this trend line cross, and it's on a pretty epic pattern. I mean, it's like 2%, man. You don't get a lot of opportunities where you can take small amounts of risk like that. And look at this, no follow through. You can see these wicks too going like literally right to the cross and then getting rejected. On Friday, they tried to pump it a little bit, but again, no follow through. So we do have earnings coming up, the next earnings cycle here in April. So there'll be maybe the market's kind of just going to wait until earnings come out from the banks and the majors and see if there's any good guidance and all that kind of crap, whatever. But off the charts, it's a little bit of indecision, if you will. AMD coming up here, kind of getting rejected so far. Lots of resistance at 100. I really like to just mostly look at kind of the fangs, if you will, Microsoft, Apple, stuff like that. Microsoft looks a little bit better than Apple, but I mean, still kind of at these major resistance areas. There is a little gap right here, a little tiny baby gap at about mid 280s. So maybe we go up there and fill it. You can see we filled it just a tad with this wick right here a couple Fridays ago. Yeah, just nothing really. Just lots of just indecision. We're coming up at the top of this gap on Netflix, so that's pretty hard resistance right there at 340. What's NVIDIA doing? And NVIDIA had a nice run after breaking out of this channel. Beautiful run. Here's kind of a bump and run to the upside right here on this resistance. Breakout, bumps against it, and runs. Very nice. Very nice. You do see that pattern a lot too, guys, so do be on the lookout for that. Let's go to the miner index real fast. The crypto miner index, that is. It's like our version of GDX for the Bitcoins. Just kind of chilling again, man. Literally Friday's video could have been today. So just pretty much nothing going on that's new. A little confirmation here and there on some stuff, but just kind of meh all over the place. Just a splooge of meh. I'd still like this weekly, and above like mid 260s, it still looks pretty good. Man, this is tough. They are not making it easy right now. Sometimes you just got to hurry up and wait in trading too. So kind of seems like this might be one of those moments. Silvergate. Is Silvergate going to rally now? It's okay. It's got double gaps here from all the way up at 14. Absolute brutal. Brutal. It's kind of fanning through some of these. Wow, Square's even getting hit. Or, sorry, block now. Even though they kept SQ as their ticker. I don't know why they do that shit. Yeah, I mean, I just don't see anything too sexy. Let's see, what time is it? Oh, crap. I got to go here soon. So if anyone wants a ticker for me to look at real quick before I take off, please type that in the troll box now. And I will be wrapping up with my final thoughts on the majors here. I just don't see anything that's really standing out. I mean, let's look at FinViz real fast. I'm just kind of curious. I like to go here to the heat map. Wow, people are very bearish. 73% on this is pretty freaking high. It's usually not that high. That's interesting. And look at this, man. 77% of stocks are below their 50 SMA. Damn, even 63 are below the 200. That's pretty crazy. Let's just do the opposite on here. I like to just counter it. It's just whatever. It doesn't matter. I just think it's kind of funny. Actually pretty green today. Bank's doing all right. Tesla. We haven't looked at Tesla in a while. Let's look at Tesla real quick. There's a big gap right here at 144 to 165. Big gap. We tested right to the top of it here. Are we just retesting the previous, resistance, almost support, then broke back down? Now is resistance again. This is just confirming that indecision crap that seems to be the narrative so far. The Momo is sideways. We got sideways Momo. Kind of bearish below $200 though on this. I'd be a little cautious on bullish stance on Tesla below 200. All right, let's wrap this biatch up. Ooh, getting a little heavy here. Starting to get that distribution look. Let's see what the bulls do at the end of the day here. Oh man, okay. We're still comfortably above the 21 and all that stuff, so it's not, bearish or nothing, but getting this straight up action sideways, no follow through. It's not shocking that we're getting a little bit of sell pressure here. Bears are going to kind of test their strength. And as long as, again, we're above the 24,000 handle on Bitcoin, I can't get too I can't even really get bearish on it at all. because we got the weekly open and close. The worst part about it is if this does start building this weekly candle and gets into the 24,000 handle and kind of like starts to fill this out. Obviously, that hasn't happened yet, and I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying if we do see that, then that could be a rejection from this doji candle, and we could get some follow through on that. So be on the lookout for that. What we'd really like to see is bulls pick it up and close above in the 29,000 and up handle by the end of the week. So that's what we would really like to see. And we will have the monthlies closing on Friday, so we'll do monthly Friday action when that happens for the morning show then. Ethereum breaking 17. What are you doing, bulls? You sons of bitches. Why are you doing this? My God, they said it only goes up. No, I mean, it mostly has been going up for this whole year, so that's pretty good. Still okay above 1,700. We start getting comfy below 1,700, and man, we break this trend line, and this turns into not a bump and run, and we get back below here. I would look for a failed breakout, and this thing could probably go all the way back down to 14-ish pretty easy. Now, that's not in the cards yet, but that is something that could happen if we start getting back below this trend line here, this blue one, and we don't end up getting this bump and run pattern. So all we have to do is kind of defend on the longer term for this pattern. We just have to defend the 1,600 handle and don't really want to pass this mama here. So we probably need to pretty much be defending that by the first week of April, kind of based on this price structure. So kind of just be on the lookout for that. Getting sell pressure coming in all over the board. All this is kind of flipped red here as we approach lunchtime. All right. Same shit here as Friday. 1740. We're in the middle of the ranges here at 31.6, 32.8. Till we're out of that. It's just range bound. This still actually looks pretty bullish. It's one of the only thing that looks bullish is tech. Above 12.7, I can't hate it. Only if we get below 12.7, it goes back into kind of a neutral range, and we'll need some more candles to print to get some more data, but this still looks pretty damn good. One of the best charts probably is NASDAQ. And here we go, breaking down below on ES, below 40.80. I mean, I can't get bullish on ES until we're back above 40.80. So I'm slightly bearish kind of overall, especially on majors. And I'm a little bit flipping neutral here on Bitcoin. If we don't get any follow through this week, I'll definitely be pretty much all the way neutral. So I'm like slightly bearish majors and ever so slightly bullish on crypto here. We're just not getting any bull love right now. So it is what it is. Gold and all that, precious metals looking fine. But that 2K level, man, ain't no joke. And I can't get uber bullish on gold until we break 2,000. We get over 2K, man, it's moonshot time above there. But right now, we're just kind of filling out the chart a little bit, possibly getting all the slopes up here. Or I say possibly, we actually have all them sloped up. But the 200, which is this dotted one, is starting to slope up and look pretty sexy. So, but again, like crypto, it's got the doji from last week. So we need follow through on that. Dojis are indecision. That's not what you want to see for momentum. You don't want to see dojis. It's okay to see one or two or something, but really, if bulls is strong or bears are strong, and the other way, then they just make the candles and they just go. They don't care. This is kind of like, shit, it's 2K. Can we do it? I don't know. All right, silver coming up to this trend line, mega resistance at 2350, and obviously 2420 is like the 2,000 for gold. 1,000 is that for platinum. As long as it's above 950, it's okay. And palladium above 1360 looks pretty decent too. So, what's up, Mr. Carl X? How you doing today, sir? But yeah, that's about it, I think, man. I gotta go have lunch with the kiddo. I appreciate y'all guys joining in. Sorry about a little late to some of the messages. TradingView didn't load any of them. I should have refreshed earlier. That's Probably my bad, but it is what it is. What are you going to do? Um, but yeah, that's the wrap up there. I don't see any tickers. So, oh, glad you're doing great, Mr. Carl. Hell yeah. I'll catch y'all on Wednesday morning. Hopefully, we got a little bit more to talk about. I filled it up anyway with 45 minutes. We usually do about an hour, but there's just not much to follow through. It's mostly everything we said on Friday. So, couple things. I like that short Apple idea. STX probably looks pretty decent, I think, for possible reentry here with some easy defined risks there. And the one thing I didn't look at, oh no, we did TON. Sorry, I thought we didn't do TON. All right, and that's it. Oh, I'm doing amazing, man. About to go have lunch with my kiddo and go work in the garage and out in the yard today. It's a little bit overcast and nice and cool, so I don't have to sweat bullets here in Central Texas. You know what I'm saying? I hope everything you'll remember. Yeah, and you always can just go back, man, and check it out. These are posted and they're also uploaded onto YouTube. Just search No Noise Research on YouTube if you prefer to watch it over there. I upload them all over there too, all these streams. So I know some people prefer to watch them over there. You're very welcome, Hellbound. Good seeing you, man. We'll see you on Wednesday morning. All right, guys. Much love. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.